Hi everyone, Cendril here. Welcome back to XCOM 2. A soldier. Not right now. Let's continue getting the alloys and Elerium crystals out of everything that's here. Do that. Warlock. Now no sustain. What's next on the docket? Insanity, which we know can miss. I'm not a big fan of that. Gotta choose something though. Soulfire transfers half of the damage done back to the Operatives' health. Could be useful, I guess. At least Insanity would be another attack, but... Stasis Shield could come in handy, but I like using Stasis just to get rid of an enemy for a turn. Talked about that already. Let's do Stasis Shield. Just in case.
Still can't believe it's come to this.
I truly hope those gruesome images are the worst of what we find today.
They're slaughtering us, Doctor. What could be worse?
We're about to find out. I've patched the shadow chamber directly into the ship's computer. It's been sifting through the material we recovered non-stop since our return, cataloging sequences.
Genetic sequences in near infinite combinations, yet all bearing similar genetic markers. Human markers.
There must be thousands of them.
Tens of thousands, and the procedure is still nowhere near complete.
Which is why we need the ship's computer to find out where they came from, by cross-referencing them with the data we've managed to hack from the Advent network. It's an admission file from one of the gene therapy clinics.
Avatar. Just what exactly is in that vial?
In my worst nightmares, I would never have imagined.
Doctor.
I believe we have found the missing civilians.
That's impossible.
The gene clinics. Millions of people just looking for help.
Medically screened and selected. Suitable candidates taken to that contemptible facility to be processed, refined into the material we now possess.
But why do this?
I could not begin to fathom a guess at this point. There exists no research that would ever warrant this.
It's genocide, Doctor. And these people are walking right into it. We may not know what they're doing with this stuff, but I think I can find out where it's going. Got it. It's a high-security production facility. Standard defensive complement.
Then I strongly suggest we pay them a visit, Commander.
Agreed. The information we gain could prove invaluable towards stopping the aliens' true agenda.
New objective added.
Investigate the black site vial coordinates. Alright, I wonder where that is. Christo...
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
That's crazy. They basically melted people into this genetic goo. My initial curiosity and excitement regarding our earlier discoveries involving the recovered alien data have been all but extinguished by the disturbing results of my latest tests. Having analyzed the composition of the green-hued substance retrieved from the Advent Black Site, I can only draw one conclusion: that the facility was designed solely for the refinement and production of concentrated genetic material. Human genetic material. With the entirety of our ship's systems dedicated to my analysis, I found that the single vial we recovered contains the unique human genomes of over 1 million subjects. 1 million people convinced to join the Advent cities out of desperation, then subjected to appalling experiments that eventually cost them their lives. To what end? I can only imagine. That's insane. That's unfathomable. The encrypted codex data is 8 days. What could we research in the meantime? If we can get to that facility,
proceeding as planned, Commander.
then I say we hit that facility. That's just insane. We have the researching the data, but I don't want to do that because now we have a Herdrin 70 intel. So instead, everything takes about the same. The Berserker takes 4 days. I've been kind of putting that off, but I want the Andromedon autopsy. We're gonna do that.
As initially speculated by Shen, it does in fact appear that this creature is restricted to the confines of its own hulking environmental suit. Unfortunately for our troops, the suit itself is a powerful physical threat, regardless of the operator's status, as we learned with some astonishment in the field.
Oh yeah, some astonishment is correct.
I'll ensure that this new project takes highest priority, Commander. Once we have something to report, I'll notify you immediately.
Thank you, Tigan. That'll be done in 5 days. Where's this facility?
Commander, we have the coordinates of the Alien Forge facility. I've marked
it
its
is.
position on the map. We'll need to contact the local resistance before we can attempt to move in, though.
So we need to go this way when I already started going this way. Ugh. My luck. And I need 3 days for the power cell, 20 days for the debris.
The aliens have always been monsters. From the very beginning, it was one failed science experiment after another. Even with the Advent forces, they tried to disguise it, but they're no different underneath all that armor. And now it comes to this, an entire facility dedicated to wiping us out. And not just that, but turning us into what? Some kind of concentrate they're using for God knows. We should have known the Elders would return. We should have known they never left.
Well, Bradford couldn't have put it any better. To how I feel, so there's that. Sustain! So that's done. Soul Steel Fortress Schism. Insanity now does a small amount of guaranteed damage and applies Rupture to the target. I have no idea what Rupture is, but that's cool. Now Insanity just isn't... If you miss with Insanity, it's not a complete loss. I still want to get Fortress. Immune to fire, poison, acid, and explosive. I think that's just really cool. Let's go ahead and get that now. Let's get Fortress. Immune to explosive damage. How do you even... you just block it with a psionic shield or something? I don't know. It's cool regardless. Okay, the power coil is shielded, which gives us Elerium crystals.
Maximum power consumption reached.
We could build anything there.
Maximum power consumption
But
reached.
the thing I definitely want to build is the... Because nothing really takes that much power. The problem is the engineer we need to put in there. So I want to turn this into a power relay. And I want to break this down for a resistance comms. And these two can provide most of the power of the ship, especially after we put the Illyrium conduits in. So that's the plan.
Maximum power consumption reached.
You become a power relay.
Power relay construction initiated.
Would you like to assign them here? Yes. So that cuts that down to 6 days. And we should still have one more. Yes, we do. Cut down this debris to 9 days. So that's good. Once we clear this out, I want to try the workshop. Just because I think it could really come in handy. And try to we don't know how the workshop works, but hopefully it's going to work how I think it is, and then we can put those gremlins here to work the power relay, and that'll save us engineers. That's the plan. That's the hope and the goal. So once this is finished, we can break down this power relay and build a resistance comms. Let's finish gathering the alloys and Illyrium crystals.
Resource located.
Okay, 38 of each. That's good. Now the question becomes... Hey, Dark Fox finally recovered. Now the question becomes where? Where do we go? What do we want to do now? We have 50 supplies. We built a relay there. We can't make contact. We could gather intel. We could go get a soldier. We could get alien alloys. Let's gather intel.
For Sector 14, East Asia.
Let's do that.
Welcome, Commander.
These people are still here, but it's so expensive. We don't have near the income to buy. I would love to have the engineer, because we really need an engineer. Stasis shield is done. Now he is a Magus. Solace! Yes! Now both of them can have Solace. That'll be cool. The Andromedon autopsy will be done in a day.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander. The fact that this armored environmental suit is capable of functioning in combat well after the original wearer has expired is remarkable. I must consult with Shin for further study into this unusual behavior.
Codename Levine. Interesting. A proximity mine. I don't know how I feel about that, because a lot of the aliens don't, many of them don't charge forward. A lot of them like to sit back. And it's so hard to predict their movement lines. Like, I could predict movement lines in Fire Emblem and things like that pretty well. But here, not so much. Although I was extremely hesitant to perform an autopsy on this creature before an extensive analysis of the fumes vented with regularity from its suit, my concerns were overruled by the rest of the senior staff due to our overbearing time constraints. It was with some relief that I discovered the most common element to be argon, an otherwise harmless gas when handled properly. Although similar in size and physical structure to the mutant species, the Andromedon, as it's come to be known, does not appear to have the same genetic design as the mutant. I stress design here, because perhaps more so than all but the most extreme examples, the Andromedon was engineered to exist only within the confines of the environmental suit we see them wearing in the field. Destruction of this protective equipment results in a reaction similar to what we might see if a human astronaut were to remove their helmet in space. Ugh. That is to say, a painful and unpleasant death within minutes. Minutes? What do you mean minutes? That's scary. Proxy mine. Using high-tech multi-spectrum sensors, the proximity mine will trigger when an enemy penetrates its radius, dealing massive damage to the environment and enemy targets alike. Okay, what next? We could do the Archon autopsy. Beam cannon. Let's do the Archon autopsy, because I am curious.
The product of an extensive fusion of both alien biological materials and advanced mechanical support systems, the Archon is an unusually ornate design by alien standards. With an air of authority spurred by its distinctive appearance, I can only assume the aliens intended it to be something of a herald to the other forces.
Makes sense. That'll be done in 5 days.
I had fully expected to find that the aliens were conducting questionable experiments involving human captives at the black site we raided with the help of local resistance operatives. What we did find was something more reprehensible than I could have possibly imagined. A facility solely dedicated to the rendering and refinement of human genetic material on an industrial scale. The aliens have crossed the boundaries of known science. Consequences be damned.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Really quick. With the help of local resistance forces. I don't see any NPC resistance forces helping me during the mission, do you? I get it's a gameplay mechanic that you have to go and get the local resistance support. I just don't understand realistically how that works out. If we have a lead and we know it's in this area, why can't we go find it? But we have to make contact with the local resistance forces to find out exactly where it is, which would also be a path. I fully understand that. But with contacts the way they are, why can't I just take more time and find it myself? Drop in, don't get concealment. They love taking away concealment anyway sometimes. You know, why not make that an option? Just thinking out loud. Fortress, that's done. Next, fuse. If an enemy is carrying explosives, they can be remotely detonated by the Psi operative. Yes. The answer to that is yes. Learn that. Boom! That's cool. That's awesome.
Power relay now operational.
Okay, 5 intel and the power relay is done. So that's done. Next, how much power do you give? How do I get to that menu? Or if I want to blow it up.
New orders, Commander?
I don't know how much power this relay gives. I don't remember. It's not as much as these. I don't think. I don't think it gives 10. I think it gives 5. We have this empty. Not that I have the supplies to build it anyway. I guess we'll just build the resistance comms there. You give 10 right now. Let's clear out the debris. That's what you can do. That'll take 20 days. But then we'll have the entire Avenger cleaned out for stuff. I would like to build the resistance comms here. Again, for the whole workshop thing. And hope that works how I want it to. Probably not, because that's been how this goes. And then we need supplies. That's basically what we need the most of right now. We need supplies and...
All those people, millions of innocent lives unknowingly walking right into the aliens' trap. We should have realized sooner. We knew the aliens couldn't be trusted. But their message has always been louder than ours. And they've certainly got a lot more incentives to offer in the city centers than we do out here. Either way, we can't let this go on, no matter what the cost.
Three cores, huh? Experimental grenade. I could try a new ammo. I could try that. Let's spend the last 50 supplies, I'm thinking, and get battlefield medicine, just in case. So the med kits heal more when we need them to. And we'll just have it take the full 8 days. Let's do that.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
Okay. The supply drop will happen, and then we need to go gather it. There we go.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
I hope so too. Let's go gather the... Alright, this is what I saved intel for. Oh, next retaliation strike imminent. Well, that's gonna happen. So we still have the alloyed padding, the midnight raids, next facility in 4 weeks. And this hidden event, major breakthrough. Well, looks like they're gonna get armor, which is lame. I was hoping this wouldn't be something I really cared about, but we can't have this anymore, so that gets stopped. The retaliation strike is going to hit,
Avenger plotting new course,
which is disastrous because I wanted more time to do stuff. So gather supplies. There's Solace. So that's good news. There's Fuse! So that just seems like way too cool an ability.
The outcome of this research
Archon
can
autopsy
only
stuff.
further our advances, Commander. It certainly is impressive looking, if nothing else. Although I am still not entirely sure what the aliens hope to achieve with such a grand design.
Brief eyewitness accounts, including one from our own Central Officer Bradford, indicate that the aliens once fielded a similar biomechatronic organism during the earliest days of the invasion. Yeah, they did. Those reports, however, describe a much more gruesome and rudimentary creature. It was, versus the subject we encountered in the present day. The modern specimen could almost be described as elegant in appearance, an authoritative, intimidating figure with the advanced weaponry to match. Fusion Blade. Fusion Blade encases a plasma-heated metallic core into a micro-thin magnetic field, enabling devastating melee attacks that are capable of setting enemies aflame. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Let's resume research on the data cache, because we're gonna go shopping in the black market.
Commander, I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
You know, per
Just give the
usual.
word and I'll get started, Commander.
How much? Oh yeah, there's the proxy mine, 100. That's interesting. Will I be able to take a proximity mine and a grenade? See, that would be cool. 100 supplies. It's expensive. I want the storm gun. I want all of this, basically, except the Gauss rifle, because we'll buy the plasma version eventually. 180 supplies. We have the alloys and Illyrium right now for all of it. It's supplies. We just need more supplies. Which we'll be getting, but I won't really get to use those supplies to upgrade the equipment like I want because we need it to build stuff. We need to build the workshop and the resistance comms. Alright, alien debris cleared. This is the workshop space. 120. Let's see. Engineers can be staffed in workshops creating unique gremlin drones which can be sent to staff any adjacent room or facility. Okay, now, the only way this is worth it, and we're gonna test it, why not, is because I have to staff an engineer here. So the engineer needs to be staffed here, and A, the gremlin has to be better than the engineer, or B, I get like a 2-for-1 thing. I staff one engineer and I get 2 gremlins to put. Does that make sense? Otherwise, it doesn't really help. It doesn't do what I need it to. But we're gonna build the workshop. That'll take 125 supplies.
Workshop construction initiated.
Yes, staff them there. So it takes 10 days instead of 20. You're available. Let's do that. Go here. That'll take 9 days. I could build the resistance comms now. I kind of want to build it here. I don't know if we'll have the time to do that, but I'd like to build it here, depending on how the workshop works. What other buildings are there? There's the defense matrix. I probably won't build, because I don't have really room to build it. More power, but I think we have enough power. A laboratory to reduce research time, but I think we're doing okay on research time. So the only other thing would be to build a resistance comms there anyway, I think. I could upgrade this one. I don't have enough supplies. Build the resistance comms.
Communications facility construction initiated.
And we'll start that. That takes 16 days. We'll go ahead and start that. 230 supplies left. There's Fuse. I could see myself having fun with that. Inspire, which could be useful, but I'm gonna get Schism. So there's that. Okay, we've collected all the resources, which is good. Ignore. New staff available. Ignore that too. How many supplies do we have now? 232. We still need to visit the black market. We could get some more supplies there. We already built a resistance comms. We're building the workshop, so that's good. It leaves us with pretty much this supplies to get what we need. We could try to go get another engineer if there's one there, because it changed. I saw a soldier and a doctor, so the doctor could be a scientist. Or we could buy something.
Hello, Commander.
My vote's on the storm gun. Just because I need the ranger to do a ton of damage. And that's a really good way to do that. Give him an even bigger gun. The beam pistol is interesting because of Mills, but he's really the only one that uses it. Taking the opposite side of that would be the plasma rifle, which if we go to the black market and get supplies, we'd be able to get enough supplies for the plasma rifle. But it's really expensive, but multiple people could use it. The Psi soldiers can use it when they're not doing anything else, and our support units can use it as well. Let's go to the black market.
It's been slow going, but I've made headway interfacing our equipment with the alien technology still embedded throughout the ship. Most of the primary systems are now operating on some combination of our technology and theirs. My hope is to use the best of both worlds to come up with something new, something the aliens won't expect.
Black market.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
Alright, what do you got? 115 supplies. Grab those. I'm feeling pretty good about the alloys and Elerium crystals. We have over 100 of each, and each of the upgrades for the weapons only takes 10 of each. So I'm feeling good about that. We could try to rush one of the researches. We could spend 90 for a scientist. I wish it was if it was an engineer, I would do that. The scientist, again, I'm feeling pretty good about the research time. So a superior scope. Duct tape not included. I like that. I like that duct tape is not included. Alright, go back. Repeater Faceless Corpse Facility Lead Stores. Ha! No! No chance! %5 chance to insta-kill, which is cool. I don't really use it. I'd rather have the 20 supplies. Sell a muton corpse. Because I just don't know what I'm gonna need. Sell a shield bearer. Just those. Anything else? I could buy the Elerium crystals with intel and then sell them back for cash. Don't think I haven't thought about that option. But we need the intel to open up areas. So I think that's all we're going to be able to get here. And there it is. And it just happens to be right here. Oh, great! Enemy unknown. Oh, that's fantastic. So you're telling me you have a new toy? Because it's saying Andromedon, right? Because we know what it is now. Heavy mechs and elite troopers. And then something. Well, we gotta go there.
Setting course for East Asia.
Stop this from happening. difficult, very difficult. That's not great. That's not great at all. Because of the heavy mechs, I think I'll stick with Dragon, with SD, for combat protocol. I think we'll stick with this. I know I'm getting into the habit of sticking with the same group, and I apologize. I just don't like when I don't know what's showing up. Now, before we leave, though, we can build stuff. We have supplies. I'd love to build a proxy mine, but that's expensive. I'd rather get weapons. Let's get... I don't know how often I'd use the plasma rifle with our psionic units. They have psi powers to use. I want the storm gun. So let's do that. And I want the beam pistol for Mills. Let's do that. I'd love to get these blue screen rounds, because apparently we're gonna have a lot of mechanized units, so it sounds like to me. I don't think the Andromedon counts as a mechanized unit. The heavy mechs, anyway, are mechanized. What other items do we have? The acid bomb. There's the beam pistol now. 3 to 6. So there's that. You don't need this anymore. Carry. Carry a plasma grenade. And the reason for that is I'm going to give Des the acid bomb. Like so. Just in case we meet something with a ton of armor we need to shred. There's that. You keep the mind shield just in case. I think that will work. Just so we have some explosives just in case. I should maybe buy blue screen rounds. That, you know, wreaks havoc on systems, but... There's the storm gun. You can see it now. That's cool. Okay, now that you have that, we can put one more thing on it. Missed shots do 3 damage. 15% chance that the shot will not cost an action for the active turn. That could be deadly. 10% chance to insta-kill. Increase clip size by 1. That's tempting. %5 chance it won't cost. I like the idea of the superior hair trigger. Then you can fire the shotgun twice. 15% chance that you just fire the shotgun again and something just gets destroyed. I like that. Let's do that. Yes. So the advanced laser sight for crit chance, and then hair trigger for a 15% chance to fire again. I still don't understand these personal combat Sims, because the only one we've gotten is this focus one. No other ones have really dropped. Resist pain and psionic attacks. That's good. I'm still sad that I can't upgrade the pistol. And we've talked about a little bit about this in comments, which is good. And I know I'm still lots of episodes ahead because I'm trying to get through XCOM, but I still think I know why. It's either a game balance thing or they just didn't feel the pistol was important enough. I think it's the latter, because I refuse to give XCOM 2 that much credit right now. But it probably is for the reason that they saw maybe some game balancing issues there. But the only person using the pistol is the sharpshooter, and the only way you're really using it is if you go down the tree with the gunslinger tree. So I don't see how that's any different than a shotgun, which only one class uses, or the heavy gun, which only one class uses, the cannon. So that's my argument. I think you should be able to modify the pistols. That's just me. Other than that, I think that's gonna do it, because we're out of cash now, right? I've got 117, not enough to buy a weapon. I'd just like to hold on to that and start building the weapons. So yep, let's go.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
Begin mission. Enemy unknown. So what are you gonna throw at me now?
One of our contacts in the Resistance says Advent peacekeepers have been spotted conducting a sweep near an outpost in this area. The aliens won't hesitate to kill anyone they find, so we're heading in to protect as many people as we can. Secure the camp and eliminate all hostile forces.
Well, of course, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. Next time, we'll see what's happening here at the drop point. At, quote, Humanity Cove, unquote, in East Asia. You know, this is close to, like, where our headquarters is, right? I mean, I know our HQ is the Avenger, but you know how we go back?
1-5, hostile forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians.
You know how we go back to hire people and scan and stuff?
Advent came in hot and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
To, you know, that's, quote, Resistance HQ, unquote. They keep hitting here. You'd think they'd just hit the headquarters. Which might be what they're doing, I don't know. But like I said, this will wait until next time. Hope you enjoyed, had a lot of fun. I'm Cendril 89. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.